Hello and welcome to Channel Sports on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonogo. We just back there because it's happening right there in Ondo, and we are following and tracking the stories. And I tell you, when it is time for you to get the exact what the results have been collected, and you want to get it right, we join them straight up from the studio here, and we'll keep you up to date with what is happening over there. But our terrain is sports. Our terrain is what is happening around the world, because you look at football, you go to Football World Cup, and they said, yes, FIFA, every 4 years, you are going over there and you want to watch the World Cup. But in tennis, like we say, we have 4 good World Cups. 4 good World Cups. You start in Australia in January. You move over there to the clay court in France, which is the French Open, and then you go to Wimbledon, and then the Flushing Meadows, where you go over there and get them playing in the US of A. That's how come we are having the French Open in October? Because, yes, we know 2020 is not any other year. 2020 is the year that you have the COVID. 2020 is the year that all arrangements were changed, all timetables were overturned, sports were cancelled. But then they said, this has to go on. And that is why it is on. So yesterday, history was made, because for the very first time, we have Poland producing a Grand Slam winner. Iga Swiatek, 19-year-old, rated outside the top 50. I think she was ranked 54 before the tournament started. But the good news is she will get down to number 17, after when the next ranking come out by next week. But looking at what has happened herself, Sofia Kenin. Sofia Kenin, of course, before then unknown, before January when she went to Australia to pick that particular title and became the Aussie Open champion. A new crop of winners. A new crop of winners are coming up, especially in female tennis. Not that they are not there in male tennis. Remember that Dominic Thiem just won the US Open right there 2 weeks back before we started the French Open. So in the male side, we just talked about Dominic Thiem. You look at Alexander Zverev. Stefanos Tsitsipas. In fact, who will forget Diego Schwartzman? So these kids are saying we are going to give the talks. The four top ranked players who have dominated in the past years, in the past decade. It has either been Roger Federer, or you talk about Rafa Nadal, or you talk about Djokovic, or then you talk about Andy Murray. Somewhere along the line, there was one Swiss that's okay, fine. I too can play. It is not just only Roger Federer this day. And then, he picked up his own 3 Grand Slam. But the beauty of this, like we are saying, is, you have these kids who come up and said, we can do it. We can do it, and they do it, and they do it well. So all praises to commendation to Iga Swiatek. You can see the enthusiasm. I think it was after her quarterfinal match that she played, and immediately she won that match. Before she played her semis, she asked, is Nadal playing today? With just her innocent voice. And they said, yeah. She said, wow! And I tell you, it gives you that to tell you that, yes, such how do I say, such innocence, at that age, being who they are, the age at which they are there, and they getting it there. But today, it is about 2 of the greatest players to have held the racket. You can see, the man there, Djokovic, we call him the Joker, and he doesn't joke when it comes to this. They are playing. This is the 9th time they are meeting in the Grand Slam. 9. And then they've played 2 finals here at Roland Garros. And those 2 finals were won by the king himself, the king of clay. The man who has 19 Grand Slams. And out of that 19 Grand Slams, 12 of them were won on this court. 12 on this court. It tells you how consistent he has been. It tells you how domineering he has been. It tells you how, How do I say it? Because if you talk about a specialist when it comes to the clay court, you look no further than Rafael Nadal. No player in history has ever won a tournament 12 times, probably apart from the great Navratilova when she won the Chicago Open for 12 times. But on a major, on a 500, on a 1,000 surface, no man has done it. But this man is going for number 13. He says, I can do it. We can actually look at the stats and see where this history-making, effort-making match is taking us to. They have met 55 times. 55 times. This is the 56th time that they are meeting, and you know, on this surface, overall, you have Djokovic leading Nadal with 29 to 26, 29 to 26 wins. You know, so today will be their 56th meeting, and let's see how it is going to go. Because right here in French Open, it is they've met 7 times, 6 going for to Nadal and 1 to Djokovic, and that one was when he at the quarterfinals. Because I tell you this, whenever or before now, we don't know what's going to happen today. The moment he gets to the semi-final, he will get to the final, and if he gets to the final, he picks it up. So we are looking at what is going to happen today. Will it be a Nadal getting a lucky 13? A lucky 13, or is it going to be Djokovic? The man is on 17, because in that quest for greatness, in that march to the zenith of heights, in that movement to be the best, the GOAT, the greatest of all time in tennis, you have 3 men. It is a 3-horse race. You have Roger Federer, the man from Switzerland, who has 20, undeniably 20 Grand Slams, the biggest you can think of. He is there at the apogee, and then followed closely. You can see how he's breathing down on him. I'm talking about Nadal, because with 12 Grand Slams from France, he is at number 19, just one more. He picks that, and he's at par with Roger Federer. 2020. You have to look at other parameters. Masters 1000. How many weeks at number 1 to determine who is going to be the GOAT for now. But menacingly is Djokovic at number 17. So we have 17, 19, 20. He picks there is on number 18. So it will be 18, 19, 20. But I tell you this also, because even if he wins this, he will be the only tennis player in history to have won each of the 4 majors at least twice. At least twice. That means he would have won the Australian Open twice. Of course, he has won it more than 4 times, because he has played 5 times with Nadal at the Aussie Open, and he won 4. Nadal winning just 1. He has won the Wimbledon more than twice. He has won the US Open more than twice. So he tells that if he wins this, it means he will be the only player in history. So history right there. And another figure is the Centurion. And Nadal wins it, and I tell you, that means this is 100. It will be the 100th win. That means he would have won 100 matches at Roland Garros. Where do you start and where do you end? Today it is history. Today it is a spectacle to behold. It is something you want to look up to and say, yes. How? You can see the figures. There they are right there on the screen. Head to head, 29-26. That 29 belongs to Djokovic. And then you move out. At the French Open, I tell you that is the finals. They have the 1 finals. He has won just 1. A solitary title that Djokovic has won, but Nadal has number 12. That is the figure that that everybody sees. That is what happens. That is what makes the difference. And then you come down, to the Grand Slams. That is 17-19. Before, when you add their totals of French Open, US Open, Wimbledon, and Australia Open, you're having 17-19. And then right there in front, like we said, head-to-head for both of them. In French Open alone, they've met 7 times, with Nadal winning 6, and then Djokovic winning once. And at the finals, they've met twice, and Djokovic has not won any title. Both times they met, Nadal, the king himself, has picked the title, and that is why he has 19, with 12 of them coming from this. So today, we are looking at it. Wherever your mind is, whoever you are supporting, one thing is certain. You are going to see, you are going to have a classicus. You are going to have a classical match. You are going to, because their matches, their match ranks among the 6 top matches that have been played, in tennis, wherever they met. If they met at the US Open, where US Open it is 4-1. You remember I said Australia, it is 4-1 for Djokovic. In the US Open, it is 4-1 for for Djokovic, so for Nadal. So it is opposite of what is happening there at Wimbledon. Of course, the master of Wimbledon is not here, who is Federer himself, the man with number 20 by a French Open. This is the home of Nadal. So we are looking forward to this and see where we will come to you and see where you guys will join us and get it done. But then, like we said, apart from tennis that is going on today, when we open the lines, we're going to ask you, you tell us who you think is going to win today, actually, how you are celebrating Iga Swiatek, the French teenager who has also conquered the female terrain. But when we come back, you will let us know. When we open the lines and you join this, of course, it's an abridged version. It's not just, we're having about an hour of the show, not the 1 hour that we normally have, but we're going to have an ample time to do all this. So we're going to ask you, and then you tell us who you think is going to win. Nigeria also played a friendly yesterday. Of course, it's a friend. I always believe a friendly is a friendly. Guy, calm down, guys. I know a lot of you say, okay, he's going this. I do not look at the results of a friendly. What a friendly has to serve a purpose. Why are you playing? You want to synergize. You want to try new players. You want to look at new combinations. You want to look at, so you want to know those who understand themselves. You want to keep fit. You are looking at prospects. You are looking at strengthening your weak points. You do your SWOT analysis and you say, oh, these are areas where I have my strength. These are areas where I have my weaknesses. Do I bring 1 or 2 players to see if the one player is not there, how can they fit in? So the results of friendlies are not what you decide, whatever it is. It's just like you are preparing. You're preparing for an exam. You can read 20 hours and you go over there and you make an F. And probably the guy reads for 5 hours and he gets there and he makes an A because it depends on where he has touched. So basically, that is what we believe. Of course, it is not too good when you lose because definitely, somebody said, even if you are playing Ludo with your child at home, you want to win. And then that is a grade A friendly. It also affects your ranking. So in all those, I will ask you, how do you see the match? Even if they lost, did you see them give that kind of understanding that you expect? Remember, it was the same Algeria that knocked us out of AFCON, where they went all the way to go and win it, and then coming out to come and rub it in again on another neutral turf means that probably Algerians are now our masters. Those were the guys who beat 3-0 when we played them at the final right here at the 1918 AFCON finals in Surulere. We did beat Australia by 3-0. Knocking those 2 early goals, and we're going there to go and win. So basically, what do you think of this team? The man is asking, give us more time. And then the players that they are bringing in, most of them are foreign-born players. They are Nigerians. There is no doubt about that. But are we looking inwards? What is happening to our league? Has the league been jettisoned? If you kill the league, you kill the players. What is the aspiration of those who are coming there? If they cannot make it and the guys you are bringing from outside can't make it, where do we go from here? So basically, we also look at all that and ask your opinion. Should we give General Tro more time to do what he is doing? We shall also look at the results of what happened all over the world in Europe, the results of the Cup, their league, their Nations League, the World Cup qualifiers in South America. So football is not always off. You will get it there, and then you will get it done. We'll look at all that, and then we'll come down and also look at what is happening at the NBA. We thought it was going to be a run over when the Lakers went 2-0. They went 2 up, but the Heat came back and took 1. Then it became 3-1. We thought it was going to be 4-1, but then it became 3-2. Are we going to get number 6 and number 7? Are we going the full distance? So we look at, these are the things we want to discuss today. But then let us take some of these results. Okay, some results I want to take in, but then I'm being told that we have to go. We are going back right now to Ondo. We are going back. When it is 1 p.m., we'll go back to join them in Ondo when they are reconvened to give us the results of the elections over there. So, but these are the results of the match that were played for international friendlies. You can see them. Mali, Molin, Ghana, Sierra Leone, they're losing. And then you have Morocco taking a panel on Senegal. And yes, we lost 0-1 to Algeria. So basically, these are friendly, like I said, but they are grade A friendlies. So it will affect our ranking, even if it's not going to take us further than that. I don't know, maybe probably would have taken 1 or 2 calls but then I don't think we can do that because we will still be going there. Okay, that is Wenger talking about the innovation that's going to take place right here. FIFA are considering making a lot of changes, and those are the changes that that they are considering. But of all of them, but I don't want to take it. I don't look at the last part where they said a player can take a free kick. You can take a free kick to yourself. That you can take a free kick to yourself. The in-swing guy, if you take a corner, normally if you take a corner and it goes out of the corner, crosses and come back, they say it is, it is taken as a goal kick. But right now, they said it is going to be valid. All right. We have a Chukwujeko, a FIFA a referee, retired referee, right there on the line. Hello, Chuks. Let's briefly look at some of these things that are happening that took place during the week. Chuks, how are you?
I'm
Hello,
good,
Chuks. All right. Briefly, let's start with number one. That what happened. Is there a provision in the law that said a player when you are pressed, you can leave the pitch? What does the law say on that?
The law says nothing about when you are pressed, but the law says that if you want to leave the pitch, the field of play, that you should let the referee know. Once the referee knows that you want to leave the field of play, that's all. And the fact that there is a official who has the referee, when you leave the field of play, the referee's position, maybe the field official so can I please do this? And the field official will not just let you know. So, let you into it because nobody wants anybody to get messed in the field of play. Okay.
So that means if you are pressed, you are free to go out of the pitch and come back. But let's look at the next one. Look at the next one. Is there a rule on retaliation on the pitch that if you are hit and you retaliate, doesn't matter who hit you, go scot-free or how? Can you explain that rule to us? Because we saw it between Marshall and Eric Lamela right there on the pitch. What does the law say on that?
No rule about retaliation. The rules about challenges, and we have serious foul challenges, and then we have violent conduct. What I saw the other day in the match that you were referring to was a violent conduct, because serious foul challenges, when the ball is in play and somebody goes to challenge for the ball and then does something that is out of order or with an excessive force. Under challenges we have, challenge we have, race challenge, and then we have use of excessive force. When there is use of excessive force when there is a challenge, then that means every hand will come out.
All right, Chuks, we are going to come back to you. We are going to come back to you next week. We'll look at this because we must go to Ondo so that we can go over there and tell you the result. And Ken Ochonogo will join us right now. You stay with us.